And we are live. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We're day 84, 365 days of guitar. Quick little update, because obviously I've been MIA for the last 2 days. I'm back in California now, as you can see. But a quick little shout out to a few people. But my reason for being MIA, twofold. One, my best bro had some stuff planned for my last 2 days down south and wasn't going to pass that up. And then also, I ain't gonna lie, that little comment stung a little bit on my last day 83, but we're all good. But I want to give a quick shout out for all you awesome guys. You guys are fucking awesome. To just throwing nice comments out there and just being supportive. So at Daniel Korn 4115, at Art Sclips, at Esteban Gonzalez 6068, at Chris Lawson, at Sick Nardi 9457, at Arnold B 0620, at Dooley 9621, Frosty Storm 87, at Roger Tinker 1813, and Ian Sight 2785. I don't think I forgot anyone. Thank you all for those comments. Dooley, real quick, I'm working on the mic for sure. And at SD Ben Gonzalez, that little amp, that orange amp, it's actually still in my suitcase right now. It is a badass little amp for sure. And at Ian Sight 2785, you asked, what are my goals for the 365 days? Well, it's funny you asked that because I have them written down in several different areas because they say you gotta write stuff down, right? So my goal by the end of 365 days is to have enough guitar chops to be able to have my 3 songs written. I got some lyrics on it, but I want 3 songs, 3 complete songs in guitar. Props if one of those songs has a saxophone in it, and double props if they have a sax, a piano, and a guitar. So if that comes to fruition, that's my goal, is to have 3 songs by the end of this year or my 365 days. I may end up doing a little bit more traveling, a day or 2 here and there, but I have a travel setup now, which is pretty awesome, pending any times where I'm not near my guitar, which was largely the case these last couple of days. So, but we're back, and welcome, and again, thank you all for following along. This train's not stopping again. Probably gonna have a little, you know, I plan on some travel, so, but I will travel with my gear, pending I'm not out in the wilderness, in a Sherp. If you Google that, and you'll find a cool thing of what that is. Because my best bro and I were playing around with that one of those days, which is pretty damn awesome. And if you've never got the opportunity, or if you ever do get the opportunity to go play around the wilderness with a Sherp, please do so. All right, so I haven't played guitar in 2 days, and I'm rusty as hell. So we are going to fiddle diddle around and see if we can get warmed up. See if I haven't forgot anything, and then yeah, welcome back to the channel. We're back on track. Channel, everyone. All right, now we gotta get back to the grind, rock and roll. So we're gonna noodle around a little bit more, and then we're gonna jump back. It is Modal Monday. I almost forgot it is Monday. We will fiddle around and find some modes and go back to some old school and see what it can. Just get back into the grind. But we're gonna jam around a little bit first. zone out into the ether a bit, boys. Been 2 days, too long. Let's get back to business. For any fine folks still watching. All right. So, you know what? That was kind of, well, let's see it. Let's go E. Let's fiddle around with that. E major Ionian. All right. I'm going to get my stand all worked out, but we'll get that tomorrow. I'm back in the saddle tomorrow on that. Look here. 2, 4, 5. a stretch. Like that sounds cool. I get down with that. Let's see if we can put something together on that. Oh, stay put, stay put, stay put, stay put. 245, 246, 246, 2424. All right, yeah, we can fiddle with that. Should get that right one. 245. Oh, it's just 24. That is some finger gymnastics, but we're good. Let's play around with that. So that's a type 2 E major Ionian. Yeah, I can get out with that. Definitely get the drum machine back out tomorrow, for sure. Tele feels good tonight, no doubts. Actually, you know what? I need to check that damn camera. I don't even know if that thing's still on. I did not charge that up when I got off the plane. No, we're good. Rock and roll. We're solid. Super solid. Super solid. Hold on. Come on now. Come on now. out with that. going down on the ether on that one. But that's kind of a fun little type 2 E major Ionian fiddle diddling. Rock and roll. All right. I think it's been about 20 or so minutes. And we're going to shut this one down for the night. I do believe I will see all of you fine folks tomorrow. Peace.